Creationist Ken Ham from Answers in Genesis is going to talk about how the Bible is a history book.
Here we are, we say in our churches often, and in our Sunday schools, we say to kids, let's have a Bible story. We're going to have another Bible story. I said the trouble is the word story has sort of changed meaning in our modern vernacular, and the word story to many people today means fiction. It's not true. And yet these kids will go to public school or watch TV, PBS channel, Learning Channel, or whatever it is, and they get the idea, oh, we'll learn real stuff from TV, real stuff from school. What do we do at church? Well, we have stories. And I encourage them that they need to drop using the word story today and start to talk about when we're looking at the Bible, let's read this account of, let's read this record of. In other words, to emphasize it's a book of history, because Christianity is based in real history, and so history you can trust. And that's really what's happened in this day and age. The Bible has been attacked as a book of history. It's just a book of stories. It's not a book of history. We have to help the generations that we're training up to understand it is a book of history. I mean, think about the issue of marriage, because that's a big one in our culture right now. I mean, if the history in Genesis is not true, then how do you define marriage? I mean, what do we do with marriage? In Matthew 19, when Jesus was asked about marriage, he said, haven't you read he made them at the beginning male and female? And by the way, that's another issue today, gender distinction. I mean, Jesus gives gender distinction, male and female, right from the beginning, and he says, when a man leaves his father and mother and you cleave unto your wife and you be one flesh, based on the fact that the woman came from the man. Even in Corinthians, Paul talks about the woman is of the man. And so the doctrine of marriage is based there upon the literal history in Genesis. But if that history is not true, if there was no literal Adam and Eve, then what is marriage? Why is it to be a man and a woman? It's only a man and a woman because God invented marriage, and he invented marriage when he made the first marriage, Adam and Eve, Adam from dust and woman from his side.
No, that was great. He just made our case for us. He's like, well, you know, if the Bible's not true, then how can we say that a marriage is just between a man and a woman? Am I right? No, that's right. That's right. And the Bible's not true. So we don't have to say marriage is just between a man and a woman. We can say it's, I think polygamy is something that as long as you're not just doing a scam to try to not pay your taxes and shit, sure, go ahead, get married to multiple people. I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't care if gay marriage, I don't care. As long as it's consenting adults, by all means, have at it. But he thinks that, slippery slope. No, the slippery slope is in your direction. If we start implementing biblical laws like that, well, where the fuck do we stop? Are we going to stone gay people? You know, what else are we going to do? There's a lot of crazy shit in that Bible there. We're going to ban fish markets because they sell shellfish? You're the one who has this slippery slope problem. He acts like if you get rid of the Bible, oh, none of us know how to act. Yeah, we do. How do we determine what marriage is if we don't go based on the Bible? We have a conversation. We're logical about it. We think about it. We function in a democracy. We come up with a constitution that lays out secular rights. You know, we can use these things here. The brain, we can actually use that. So just going, what does book say? Because that book's got a lot of crazy shit in it. And also, the kind of marriage most discussed in the Bible, polygamy. It's not one man, one woman. So he doesn't even know his Bible very well, which is kind of crazy for a Bible literalist. And then I like when he says at the beginning, you know, kids today, they watch PBS and some things on TV, History Channel, whatever, they think that that's good information, and then they think when they go to church that they're just learning stories. That's great. That's exactly what I want them to think, because on PBS you are going to learn more shit than you're going to learn and fucking sit in a pew and listen to a guy in a dress tell you stories about sometimes people that didn't even fucking exist. So that's right. I don't know how many kids really are in that mindset, but I hope they are. But he's like, no, we have to say the Bible is true. Well, and this is why you're a dangerous person, because that's not correct, and this is what fundamentalism is.